Hi, everybody. Welcome to Reality Buzz TV, where we talk about all things reality TV shows and all things reality TV show stars. And make sure that you are subscribed, you guys, and like the video when you are clicking on it so that you don't forget before you click out. So, you guys, this is part 2 of episode 18 of uThando Nesthembu. It's a review, it's not an episode. Don't ask me for an episode, you guys, okay? But if you are a regular here, you know what to do, okay? Now, you guys, let me tell you why I'm not buying Musa Mselegu's tears, okay? I'm not buying the first tears when he's sitting with his wife, and I'm not buying the second tears when he's sitting with Abu. I'm not buying the tears because if you just had a stroke, you're not well, you can't see on, I think it's the left eye where he can't see, you are on like recovery. We can say that it's like a rehabilitation phase of your stroke recovery phase, and you're not well, your wives are taking care of you, trying to get you back to health, your kids are worried about you. One thing that you should be doing is forgetting about indaba yokuthatha another wife. You should be forgetting about taking another wife. Cancel that process of taking another wife if you care about your life, okay? Because number one, you should be thinking, you know what, that girl is very, very young. She's 25 years old. What am I going to do with a young wife at this point? Because I need to get back to health. I need to be able to take care of my wives. I need to be able to take care of the kids that I already have. She has a life ahead of her. Let me let go of her so that she can just go and live her life, okay? Now, let me not bring in another like additional person to like be taken care of by my family now, okay? Let me not do that to my family, like extra stress to my family. Let me not do that, okay? And also let me not bring that to myself, because it's like extra additional stress on myself, which is going to make me sick again and then cause stress to my family. The fact that he still wants to take another wife is the thing that for me makes me feel like I'm not going to feel sorry for this man. If he is still wanting to take another wife while he is sick, recovering from a stroke, if he's still wanting to take another wife, I'm not buying the tears, you guys. I'm not buying the tears. I'm not feeling sorry for him, not at all, okay? Because he should be canceling taking another wife if he cares about his health, okay? So I'm not sitting here crying with him, okay? I'm just looking at him to even, see if the tears are real that are coming out of his eyes, because I am not believing that a man that just, survived a stroke is still sitting down talking about sending usne with idugu neshweshwe siyofaka umakhwela. I can't believe it, okay? So that is why I'm not buying the tears, okay? So let's go on with the second part of episode 18, the review, okay? Don't forget, it's a review, it's not the episode, okay? So, uMacele no Musa Mseleku are going out. I guess uMacele decided to take Mseleku out, you guys. Here's the thing, you guys. Like, I don't want to lie. Esithenjini kuyakhulunywa. And it's almost like there's no, like like they say, like there's calm before the storm, and then there's calm after the storm. Esithenjini, there's nothing like that. There is the storm. Excuse me. Esithenjini is storm. Ayikho calm before the storm and then calm after the storm. Storm nje, hleze kukhulunywa. I don't understand why men like Nesthembu. Because you go to this wife, kuyakhulunywa, and then you go to another wife, kuyakhulunywa. There's just like so now he's with uMacele. You are thinking they are going to sit and have lunch and talk about the two of them, talk about their own kids, but it's like a in 1955, in 1925, in 19, I'm like, yo, hey guys, no, 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 no. I thought kuyakhulunywa esithenjini hayi yabona episode 18 yona that's my lesson from it said kuyakhulunywa esithenjini. So now you guys, so they're sitting down to talk about what happened again with the umcimbi, you guys, because obviously things didn't go well, especially after the discussion that took place after the event, okay? And Umacele feels like the other wives are now ganging up against her, okay? It's like they are now just getting along to come together against her. Listen, you guys, I want to hear what your thinking is in the comment section about this thing, okay? I feel like Macele is really convinced that Umayeni has a problem with her being number one, yet I never got that feeling from Mayeni. In fact, I've never even heard Mayeni say anything about her having a problem with the fact that Umatsele is a number one wife. I don't feel like Mayeni is fighting for that position. I felt that tension between Mayeni and Makumalo about the number two issue, but I've never felt that about Mayeni and Macele. But Macele really is convinced that Mayeni wants that number one position. But I never feel that about I don't feel like Mayeni is fighting Umay. It's almost like Umatsele is in that fight alone. Or they haven't showed us that other side, Kamayeni, which Mayeni uyayifuna le position number one. I never feel that. But Umatsele this season has mentioned it many times, ukuthi ngathi Umayeni uyayifuna le position le number one. Okay. So fine, Umatsele is convinced because now they are coming together against her. She says now they are acting like the number five issue is her issue, because she feels like when they talk about it as if it's her issue, not the issue ka Musa. Okay. Now, she says she doesn't like the thing of Umayeni saying, every time they talk about Mzumbe, they would say she must keep quiet because she does not live Mzumbe. She should not have anything to say because she does not live Mzumbe. Guys, isn't that valid though? Isn't that valid though, when, especially when they talk about things that affect people that live in Mzumbe? Is it not valid to say that she must not have a say because she does not live in Mzumbe? You know, yes, she does. She has a house there, but she doesn't live in Mzumbe. You know, isn't it valid to say that, you know, some of the things that happen in Mzumbe does not affect her because she doesn't live in Mzumbe? And that's the reason she left Mzumbe. She left because she did not want to be affected by certain things that would affect her if she was living in Mzumbe. So, you know, maybe she shouldn't have a say. I don't know. I feel like I would feel like that too. That, you know, if it's about Mzumbe and they are feeling like maybe it shouldn't happen on a certain day, it should happen on a different day. Abantu basemzumbe should be the ones that have a say because they live in Mzumbe. Okay. Now you guys, Umacele ends up making a comment yokuthi, which is what I was saying about Umacele being in this fight, that I feel like she's in the ring alone about being Umamkulu, where she says that she's not the one that said Umayeni must not be Umamkulu. Like, I really feel like she's in the ring alone with that fight, you guys. I haven't seen Umayeni in the ring about being Umamkulu. And maybe I've missed it, you guys, but I've watched from season one. I've never felt like Umayeni is in the ring about wanting to be number five. Of course, they've told the story of how Umayeni was there before Umacele, but I felt like she accepted the fact that she left the relationship. When she came back, Umacele was already there. but I don't feel like she has this thing of finding up a yimu number one. I don't feel like that. But guys, please come into the comment section and tell me if you feel like that. If you feel like Umayeni wants that position at number 5. So she made a comment to say ukuthi akumina pheling asungabu mamkhulu. But Mayeni is not saying she wants to be mamkhulu. When did she say that? That's the thing that confuses me about Umacele. She's in that fight alone. About being Mamkul. Nobody is fighting for the Mamkul position. And also why? Because you also said you don't want the position of Mamkul. You've been saying that for a long time. A funny position of Mamkul. So why are you in the ring about being Mamkul? Because you said you don't want to be Mamkul. That part confuses me, you guys. And also, she goes on to say she doesn't want to remind people about how they came, how they joined the family. I felt like when it came to that, maybe she was referring more to Makumalo, because maybe she wants to remind Makumalo how she joined the family, because I felt like the most scandalous story is the Makumalo story, because I feel like Umayeni wajola nomseleko before my and then they broke up and then she came back. I don't feel like there's much, in there's so much scandal in Mayeni's story on how she joined the family. I felt like she was being shady about Makumalo's story when she said, now it's going to get to a point where I'm going to have to remind people on how they joined the family. I feel like she was being shady to Makumalo, because she's like, you can't really have a problem with Makwela because of how you joined the family. So I feel like even Umselego, they have this thing yokuthi uMakhumalo can't really have a problem with Makwela. You can't really have a problem with number 5 because of the way that Makhumalo joined the family. And I feel like they can't really say that to Makumalo, because remember, Makumalo was a child when she joined the family. And I feel like if Makumalo had to be honest, honestly, you guys, if she had to be honest, she would have to say herself, but you can't really hold that against me, because when I joined this family, I was actually a child, So I couldn't have done any different or done better because I was a child when I joined the family. So now you can't hold that against me. In fact, when I joined the family, I shouldn't have joined the family because I was a child when I joined the family. I feel like if she had to be honest, that would be the response, to be like, I actually was a child when I joined the family. So I couldn't have, I couldn't have done better because I was a child. The adults around me should have done better. But now I am grown and I am saying, okay, if something is not right, something ain't right, okay? And if I want to speak up, I am going to speak up. And right now, Makumalo is speaking up. So I really feel like she was being shaded towards Uma Kumalo with that comment. The one guy Mamkulu, where she said, I'm not the one that said you shouldn't be Mamkulu. She was being shady towards Umayeni. So, and then she says that she's tired ukuthi bamkapsela ngendaba yasemzumbe. I don't think that the other wives have a problem with Umacele staying in Mzumbe. But they have a problem with her controlling the things that happen in Mzumbe when she doesn't live in Mzumbe and they live in Mzumbe. How do you know more about what is going to happen in Mzumbe but you don't live in Mzumbe? How do you know about the fact that number 5 is coming in Mzumbe and this is what is going to happen in Mzumbe, but the people that are going to be that live in Mzumbe don't know? How does that happen? That's their issue. If she wanted to come and stay in Mzumbe, I don't think they would have a problem with that. But the problem is that she knows more about the activities that's in Mzumbe than the people that live in Mzumbe. Okay, so she says that so, and then she says when they don't even talk to each other. I think that is Umayeni no Makumalo. Now, when they are fighting against her, they are getting along just. But I don't think that they're getting along because there is not even a direct communication between Umayeni and Makumalo. Like they don't talk to each other even in that exchange. They were not really direct communicating with each other. So now Umayeni was like, listen, since they always bengabisela ngendaba yasemzumbe, I am going to buy myself a site. So she wants to build herself a house somewhere else. I don't know, you guys. I'm a sleepy Mzumbe. Like, honestly. Like, the whole thing that Umseleki was trying to build is mahlipi now. You know, the whole vision is mahlipi because now Macele says that she has a site, but the site is outside of the homestead, that she wants to build a house in Makaya. Is outside of the homestead, not where the Mseleki Mzumbe homestead is. Remember, even Mayeni said that she wants to do the same. So she will move out of the homestead. And then Makumalo hasn't said anything about that. But remember, even oh no, Mangobe is building the Musa Wasekhaya. But Mayeni wants to move out of, and then Macele wants to move out of. So Mseleku says, no. I don't want you to do that. I will buy you a house. Get with what? Get with what? Because awukwazi ngokukhokha isibhedlela. Uzothenga ngani ngoba awukhokha ngesibhedlela? Uzothenga ngani? So he's like, no. Don't do that. I will buy you a house. I'm like, why are you buying her a house? Because unayo indlu esipark. So I was like, what's happening with the house esipark manje? Sometimes they don't explain enough in the diaries. What's happening with the house esipark? Why does Macele want another house now? You know? Why doesn't she want the house esipark? She's just buying another house. She's over the house esipark. What's happening? Or she wants a house in Makaya, you know, they're not explaining enough the house issue to what's happening with this house SSC park. Now, you guys, we saw Musa no Sne. Musa wants Usne. Now, you guys, hey, Musa, with everything that he has said about Usne being useless, ayikho into right ongayenza noSne, Usne akalaleli, Usne this, Usne that, Usne stand. Now he needs Usne. Now he calls Usne. Usne now is useless. Usne now is useful. Calls Usne. Now he's asking Usne to be the one who's going to go ayeka Makwela to shuqulisa Makwela when they go and do the lobola thing with Makwela. Now Sne is useful because now Mseleko had a falling off with his sister because his sister went to the Nyanga and the Nyanga told Umpume ukuthi Umpume is being targeted by her brother. The reason that her things are not going well is because of her brother, you know, because of Mseleko. The Nyanga told Mpume is Musa Mseleko's sister. The Nyanga told her because the things are not going well because of him. So they had a falling off. So now Usne is good enough now. Usne is good enough now to be the one to be sent to Makwela. The Sne that has been, you know, the one that is useless and not good for nothing. That one, the same Sne now is good enough to do the thing. Njengoba kuthiwa ayikho umgqomo womuntu awukho umgqomo wokulahla umuntu kodwa manje usehambile wayomxosha uSne nawo useyamdinga the very same Sne. Yeah, so Snake will be going Makwela ke. Yes. Now, you guys, here's the thing that I don't understand. They show us something that was shot in 2023 when Samselego decided to say. I remember that scene. It's not the first time we see that scene where he decided to meet with Abakongi to send them to pay ilobolo for number 5. But now I can't hlanganisa how come but usine usazohamba with Abakongi to pay to shukulisa umakoti to pay lobola, but then that scene was shot in 2022. I can't hlanganisa, guys. I was like, I need to rewatch to make sense of that whole thing, you guys. I'm still confused about that one. So Snegege will be going with Abakongi. And then, you guys, but I was shocked by Mpume and Musamselego's relationship. I was like, does that mean that what we've been thinking about Musamselego, even Mpume is thinking it? So then we saw Abongwe is going to spend time with her father after the guys, like listen guys, like Musa Mseleko should be on sick leave. Musa Mseleko should be on sick leave. I'm not understanding. I know he's part of production, but yeah, whoever is more than him, why is Musa Mseleko not on sick leave? Like now I'm being serious. Like, why is Musa Mseleko not on sick leave? Because this man is sick. He can't see, he can't walk proper, he's lost weight, he's not looking good. Why is this man still shooting a show with his kids? Why are his kids sitting there with him shooting a show while he's sick? Why is Musa Mseleko not on sick leave? Like, I'm asking, why is Musa Mseleko not on? So he's shooting a scene with his daughter. They're at the restaurant crying in front of Abo. There are people there at the restaurant. Like a scene that you just don't want to do with your father publicly. Like, why? Like, guys. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand the production, the executives, whoever made a decision. Couldn't they, like, begs of Aban, like, sick leave. Like nje kuthanyana rehabanyana, and then before they should listen what like he needed sick leave, guys. Like he needed sick leave. Yes, we were excited about the show coming, but he needed sick leave. Like that scene for me was like, did he really need to shoot that scene when he shot it? Like, were we really like rushing to see the show that much that he just couldn't take sick leave? And he's shooting more than wives because they could have avoided him shooting the scenes. Like they could have arranged for more scenes with the wives so that he doesn't shoot as much, you know, because he's sick and it's. But he seems to be the one that is like shooting more than the wives, but he's the one that is sick. Like, I'm not understanding. Like, I'm not. Like that scene with Bongo was very uncomfortable for me to watch, and then he was crying, he was talking about how tired he is and whatever. But the tears, obviously, I'm still feeling like, but I'm still like uncomfortable at the same time. Hey guys, I'm not understanding that part of the show. Did he really need to? Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegana. Go into the comment section. Let's have a conversation. Guys, who feel like the same way we feel about. Hey, like the video before Pumegana. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Nesthembu. That's cool. Hey,